JIRA and just start using it. So now what is an incident? To define incident or definition of an incident is any task that is to be completed can be considered an incident. So for example, when you call your Vodafone, when you get a Vodafone bill and you see there is some discrepancy or some issue in the bill, which is some incorrect entry in the bill, what do? You just pick up the phone and call the Vodafone customer care service. So any such calls or every such calls got from the customers can be tracked as an incident. So this call from the customers become a task for the customer care executives and it is tracked in the incident management tool. So let's see the overview of the incident management process. An incident has to be created in the incident management tool. Additional information about the incident needs to be added. At each stage, the progress of the incident is marked and moved along to the steps until completion. So the different stages or steps that the incident needs to go through should be defined in advance. The parents incidents or the existing incidents can be linked to other incidents or have some child incidents. Incidents might have to be grouped according to some common rules. So when there are incidents from a common category or from a common uh, functional module, okay, they can be grouped together. Concerned people should be aware of the incident creation or change in the status. So if there are some developers fixing an issue and who are concerned with this incident, then they should be aware of the status, what is happening in the incident, or if there is a change in the status of the incident, they should be notified. Others should be able to provide their feedback on certain defects. So some people like business analysts, they want to comment on a particular defect. There should be a facility for them to add their feedback or add their comments. Incident should be searchable, so there should be some tool or some facility in the incident management tool to search incidents based on their ID, on their name, or maybe the functional module they are in. Reports have to be available if we need to say any trends. So there should be some customized reports to show for the management to understand what is the trend of the incident, whether there's a sudden increase in the number of incidents, or whether there are lots of high incidents which are being logged, or whether many incidents are incorrectly being recorded. All such reports should be able to be generated from this tool. Now let's go to the fundamentals of JIRA. So there are three fundamental concepts in JIRA: issue, project, and workflow. So what is an issue? So every task, a bug, enhancement request, basically anything to be created and tracked via JIRA is considered an issue. So if it's as we talked, if it's a customer care executive or a customer care office, then it will be called as an incident. That also becomes an issue. But if the JIRA is being used by the testing team, then every bug is also an issue. Or enhancement request, that the client wants some changes in the application. This can also be tracked as an issue in JIRA. So every minute or every basic unit of JIRA is called as issue. What is a projects? Incidents or issues can be grouped project-wise. Projects are created in JIRA to handle a collection of issues. Okay, so project is a grouping of the similar issues. So for example, a project may be of banking. So all the issues related to banking will come under this project, will be grouped under this project. And a workflow is a series of steps which an issue goes through, starting from creation to completion. So during its life cycle, the issue will have to go through various stages, phases, or various steps will be carried out to convert an issue from new to fixed. So all these issues have to be recorded in a workflow. A workflow for JIRA will be predefined before the start of the project. So every issue will fall into the same or will follow the same steps in JIRA. So diagrammatically we can depict the structure of JIRA in this way. So you can see project, issue and workflow are the three main concepts. Under project you again have component and version. So now who are the users of JIRA? Users of JIRA can include software developers, help desk executives, and QA teams. So if it's JIRA is being used as a project management tool, then all the software team members, that are developers, the managers, okay, the technical people, they will be the users. If it is being used as incident management tool, then all the help desk executives are the users of JIRA. And in case of defect management, or if JIRA is being used as a defect management tool, then the QA teams will be its users. It is widely used by QA teams for bug tracking and tracking project level issues like documentation completion and tracking environmental issues. So QA teams, majorly, the major function of QA teams is to find defects and track them till the completion or track them till the closure. So JIRA is widely used for this purpose. Apart from that, QA teams can also track issues like documentation completion. So if the QA team is creating a knowledge document, a document on how a particular functionality works, okay, so they can track how much has been completed, who is working on it, what are the review comments, all these things they can be tracked using JIRA. Or also environmental issues like suppose the server is down, or suppose the third party software is not responding. Okay, so all these environmental issues can also be tracked through JIRA. Now let's see in detail what is a project in JIRA. So as we said, project is a collection of issues and is defined according to the organization's requirements. So let's take an example of a JIRA project. For example, a JIRA project could be a software development project, a marketing campaign, a help desk system, a leave request management system, or a website enhancement request system. So in a software development project, JIRA will be used as a project management tool. For a marketing campaign, it can be used as an incident management tool, or also may be used for tracking purpose, like how much is completed, what tasks have to be completed, who all are involved in the project. A help system is any customer care system. A leave request management system. Okay, so similar, uh, a website enhancement request system. Okay, so there is an enhancement which has to be done in a website. Okay, so for this, JIRA can be used and the progress of the enhancements can be tracked. So now here we have taken a project name as an example, ELIP, that is Accenture Life Insurance Platform. So each project will have a name. So here it is, example is ELIP. A key. A key will be an unique identifier. Okay, so for example, AL is the key. The issue keys are then formed as an extension of the project key. So the project key is AL. The issue keys will be AL001, 002, 10, and so on. Okay, then components and versions. So that these are the four items each project will have. So now let's see what is a component. A logical grouping of issues within a project is called as a component. So like the issues will be grouped functionally, or maybe infrastructure wise, or maybe some sections of the applications. This can be called as a component. So component is basically a part of the project, but it is used for logical grouping of the issues. So for example, while tracking issues in a software development project, following components are created: backend, GUI, and interfacing. So that means all the issues which are related to database or backend processes will come under the backend component. Then all the issues related to the screens, the font, or the look and feel will come under GUI. Okay, similarly, interfacing will contain all the issues related to interfaces. So components will be used as a classification of issues in JIRA. What is a version? Every issue in JIRA can be associated with the version of the software. So as we have versions of our Microsoft softwares like uh, Internet Explorer 11.1 or Windows operating system, these are the versions of the software. Okay, similarly in JIRA also every issue will be associated with the version of the software. For example, you must have found two issues, AL001 and AL010, in the first version of ELIP, that is the project, and the issue AL002 in the ELIP version 1.2, the second version. So this way you can associate the version with the issue. This indicates the version of the software in which the issue was located. So as we know, software in the software industry, there is a continuous upgradation of the project. Okay, once the project is released, it is revisited and newer versions come up. So that is the reason we need this version to map it to the issues. Issues have two fields that relate to versions. So there are two kinds of version. One is the affect version and one is the fixed version. So affect version is the version in which the issue is manifesting, and fixed version is the version in which the issue is fixed or will be fixed. So affect version means that version has been affected by the issue. So issue has been found in that version. And fixed version is the next or the upcoming version in which the issue will be fixed. Thank you. That's all about JIRA.